Yesterday we started learning multi-step equations with distributing, combining like terms, negatives. Today we are going to add one more step and we're going to have variables on both sides. I'm on page 51 and 52. Title your page, update your table of contents, pause if you need to. I'm going to fold page 52 in half. I'm going to draw my line straight down. And then I'm going to draw the line in half, so I end up having 4 boxes. We're going to take notes through examples. Example 1. I have 2 parentheses x minus 3 plus 4x, and that is equal to 8 minus x. There's a lot going on here. So we're going to start with my left side. Okay, we're going to start with my left side. I need to distribute my 2, and that's positive 2. I need to multiply it by an x, and I need to multiply it by a negative 3. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Now I'm going to bring everything else down, just like I would when I am simplifying something. Bring everything else down. Okay, my next step. I'm going to, there's nothing else to distribute, but I see that I can combine things. I have several terms with x's in them. Now this is important. This is my equal sign. I can only combine terms that are on the same side of the equal sign. So right now, I'm going to focus on my left side. 2x minus 6 plus 4x. So the only terms on this side that I can combine is I have a positive 2x and I have a positive 4x. I know I have a negative x, but that's on my right. Remember, you can only do things that are on the same side. So what is 2x plus 4x? Well, that's 6x. And I'm going to bring down my minus 6 because there aren't any constants to combine it with, because my 8 is on my right side and my negative 6 is on my left. I can't combine. I only combine on one side. That is still equal to 8 minus x is as simplified as I can get. 8 minus x. I've distributed. I've combined like terms. Now I have a simplified equation to the best of my ability. And I'm going to draw my line straight down because now I know that the only step I have left is to move things from left to right. So just like we would in any equation, we need to isolate the variable. Okay? Well, there's 2 variables. There's one on the left and one on the right. They're both in x, but they're in different spots. So what do we think? Do we think it really matters which one we send somewhere? No. We can choose to take my 6x and move it to the right, and my constant of 8 and move it to the left. Or we could take my negative x and move it to the left, and take my negative 6 constant and move it to the right. It doesn't matter. Whichever one you feel makes the most sense to you mathematically. I personally like to take my smaller numbers and move them to my bigger numbers. I like to try to add and not necessarily subtract. So in doing that, I have a negative x. And what I'm going to do with my negative x, I'm going to add x to both sides. I'm going to add x. I'm going to add an x, just like we would if we were a 1-step or a 2-step. Okay, well, my x's on my right cancel out, and all I have left is my 8. I didn't touch my negative 6, so I'm just going to bring that straight down. 6x plus x. Now I have a 7x. Okay, so all my variables have moved from my right to my left. because I moved my variables from my right to my left, I now need to move my constants from my left to my right. I have a minus 6, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So from here, my x's cancel out, my 6's cancel out, and I'm going to bring down my 7x. 8 plus 6 equals 14. Now I have 7x equals 14, a one-step equation. This was a two-step equation, this is a one-step equation. Dividing both sides by 7, I have x equals 2. That is my final answer. Now example number 2. Example number 2. 5 minus 3, parentheses, x minus 2 equals 4, parentheses, x plus 1. So we're going to distribute first, and then we're going to combine like terms before we do anything involving the equation. So remember, whatever we do to one side, right now, we're just sticking to the one side. I'm going to distribute my negative 3 because the sign in front of my term is attached to my number. Negative 3 into x, negative 3 into negative 2. So 5 minus 3x plus 6 is equal to, and on my right side, I'm going to distribute that 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times positive 1 is a plus 4. From here, I can combine like terms. My right side is as combined as it can be. My left side, I have a positive 5 and a positive 6. So I have negative 3x plus 11 equals 4x plus 4. Both sides are as simplified as they're going to get. I draw my line down. Now I'm going to move my variables all to one side and my constants all to the other. So in doing that, I'm going to move my negative 3x because remember I like to add. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. Okay, 4x plus 3x equals 7x plus 4, and that equals 11. Now I have a one-step equation. A two-step equation. I am going to move my positive 4 to my other side by subtracting. Minus 4, minus 4. 7x equals 11 minus 4 is 7. So now I have 7 equals 7x. I'm going to divide both sides by 7, and I get x equals 1 as my final answer for example number 2. Example number 3, 6x minus 2, parentheses, x plus 1, close parentheses, equals x plus 7. Distribute, combine like terms, and then I can do the math. I'm going to distribute my negative 2 into both. So 6x, negative 2 times x equals a negative 2x. Negative 2 times 1 equals a negative 2. That equals x plus 7. Now I'm going to just combine like terms. 6x plus negative 2x. 6 plus negative 2 equals 4. So I have 4x. I don't have any other constants, so minus 2. X plus 7 is as simplified as it can get. Now from here, I need to move my variables and my constants. I'm going to move my positive x to my left by subtracting. So I have 7 I'm going to bring down my minus 2. 4x minus x is the same as 4x minus 1x, and I have a 3x. I'm going to move my negative 2 constant to my right by adding 2 to both sides. 3x equals 7 plus 2 equals 9. I have 3x equals 9. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 3. My last example. 3 times parentheses 2x minus 1, close parentheses, equals 4 plus 2 parentheses x minus 5. I have things to distribute on both sides. Distribute my 3 into my 2x, as well as my 3 into my negative 1. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And that is equal to 7 plus 2 times x, which is 2x, 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10. Now, I have things to combine. I don't have anything to combine on my left side. So 6x minus 3 stays the same. I can combine my positive 7 and my negative 10. I'm going to keep my 2x in front. 7 plus negative 10 gets me a negative 3. Now, I have variables on both sides. I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. My right side, it cancels out. So I have a negative 3 left. Negative 3. 6x minus 2x is 4x. I'm going to move my constant from the left side to the right by adding 3. By adding 3, I have 4x on my left. What is negative 3 plus 3? Well, that's 0. Don't be afraid of the number 0. It is still a digit, okay? Do not be afraid. It is still a value. Divide both sides by 4. X equals, well, what's 0 divided by 4? 0. So x equals 0.